Good morning, everybody. It is a Monday morning at the bike shop. Had an order put in for this particular bike over the weekend, so we're going to get started on assembling it. Tax time is rolling in. People that are tired of pedaling to work up and down those hills and in the cold are desiring a motorized bike so they can quit pedaling themselves to and from their jobs. This particular bike is going to be installed a 49cc engine, aluminum hub mount for the rear sprocket to ensure the customer has no problems in the future with engines shifting, throwing chains, breaking chains, etc., etc. The first important step of building your gas-powered bicycle, and this is how we do it, after you've removed your brake arm from your coaster brake style wheel, you'll note that your sprocket, this is a universal sprocket, which is 100% fine. They don't know what mount you're going to use to hook it to the wheel, so they give you the various holes, and that is 100% fine. But you will note that it does not fit over the dust bearing cap. Now, the dust bearing cap is very important because it keeps the dirt and road grime out and your wheel bearing grease in. Now, through the years, I have noticed that people will take this off so that your sprocket fits over like it's supposed to. But as you can see, it leaves your bearings exposed to the element and allows your grease to run out of your rim and causes premature wear of your wheel, which means you'll be buying a new wheel before it's necessary, because once the bearings go dry, they eat themselves up, your wheel starts to wobble, the bearings are gone, shot if you will, wore out, and then you have to buy a new back rim and repeat the process. Now, what I'm going to do is put this in the machine out the center so that this cap fits through there. You can install the sprocket and leave the cap on there where it's meant to be to keep the dirt out and the grease in. Alright, as you'll notice, the sprocket has clearance from the bearing cap. You don't hear any metal touching. You don't want to hear that. If you do, you need to find out why that's doing that and repair that. You want the wheel to roll smoothly, the bearings packed, the bearing cap installed to keep the bearing grease in and the dust and dirt and road grime out. Also, if you'll notice, when we spin the wheel, that sprocket turns 100% true, straight. It doesn't do the egg-shaped wobble on you or the left to right wobble, to ensure you don't have any chain issues out there on the road. Okay, now we're going to move on to getting the engine prepared to install, and I'll share that tidbit with you as soon as I get that far. Now that we have our rear wheel assembled and mounted back on the bike, it was time to install the engine. Now, everything has to be perfect. You can't get things just close and expect performance and longevity. What I personally do is make a steel engine mount. Hopefully you can see that, to keep our engine firmly in place and attached to the bike. We install our chain, not completely, but this way we can make sure that our chain is perfectly aligned. Hopefully you can see that. not touching any metal of the frame or the engine, and is completely straight. Before we affix our engine, that is massively important for your performance and to not have chain issues. Our rear mount is tightened, double nutted for security. Doesn't hurt a thing to double nut it. The front mount is no need to double nut. It is solidly affixed. Maybe I can give you a better view of our steel motor mount. That ensures that your motor stays in place all of the time. No need to tighten the U-bolts that come with the kit. We change that up a little bit. Okay, so now we will install the rest of the equipment that makes it run. Alrighty then, here we have the finished product for your viewing pleasure. 49cc, so it's legal to ride if you don't have a driver's license. Everything is installed. Standard aluminum hub mount, so you don't have any chain issues in the future. As I stated before, I am big on riding and not having a bunch of problems. And if you don't build the bikes correctly, you have a bunch of problems. It's just the way it is. Solid welded engine mount. The bearings are greased. Aluminum hub mount, as I've shown you, on the rear wheel for the drive sprocket. And it's ready to ride. I'm sorry that I cannot give you a ride demonstration today because we are having a snowstorm and sleet outside and the roads are covered. I never suggest riding these in the snow-packed roads. That's dangerous. That's just asking to get hurt. On these particular days, I say take the bus, get an Uber, mooch a ride from a friend. Always play it safe. They don't mind cold and the rain and a wet road, but they are not suggested to ride on ice and snow. Alright, I just wanted to show everybody a finished product. Perhaps I can get this fired up for you and let you see how it runs. I have taken this out before the snow started, but it was starting to pick up a little bit, so I didn't want to waste the time on trying to make a video because I wouldn't have had that kind of time, so I apologize for that.